Jagex releasing Varlamore has given us so many new activities to do. We have a great big town to explore, and they've added a Hunter's Guild with Part 2 drop on the horizon. There's going to be no shortage of fun things to do and money makers. Which brings us to the here and now for this video. We're fresh outside the Hunter Guild, visiting all the butterflies. We love the sunlit moths, and let me tell you why, friend. I'm gonna collect 1,000 sunlit moths, and you might struggle to click the butterflies like me, so we're gonna shift left click, tag all, bam. That is so much better. It looks ugly as sin, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So Herblore, right? Herblore sucks to level sometimes, especially if you're an Iron Man. And if you've been playing RuneScape for a while, you may be aware of barbarian mixes, which are made with the little known niche item caviar or roe fish eggs. Varlamore brought moth mixes, well, butterfly mixes, into the game. But as you can see, there are a ton of these sunlight moths just outside the Hunter's Guild, so the most intense thing is gonna be the run back and forth, but I mean, that's no big deal for us. Don't know why I'm lagging. We've already got a pretty good start. Again, I believe this is gonna be so profitable, you could buy these off the GE for a moneymaker, but I don't know how fast they would buy. Currently we have 851. Let me get another 149, and then we're gonna move on to step 2. We've got our 1,000 sunlight moths, and I have to tell you guys why these things are so special, okay? There's no Herblore requirement for these. To make the mixes, no Herblore requirement. How crazy is that? And you don't need the Herblore mats, you just need these moths and any raw hunter meat. Preferably though, the cheapest cuts are the raw coyote and the raw pyrofox. I'm gonna use these up in my bank here, but I'm still gonna have to buy 727 more pieces of meat. They're super cheap. I'm not even worried about it. And here we are. I got 727 raw pyrofox for 160 a pop. I'm just gonna call it 120k and be done with it. We like nice round numbers here. All in all, we're gonna see how much these raw materials are worth. I have spent 120k. That's not bad. If you bought these on the GE, this would cost you 750. So it's time to get making these moth mixes. And what do? You just put the meat in the jar with the moth, and like, that's how it works. But how does it really work? You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what your setup's gonna look like. I haven't made any. I'm guessing it's gonna be you make one and you can make them all, but the default, I'm pretty sure, is to release. Just shift, right click, swap the left click, and you want it use. Or alternatively, you can turn on your do not eat it plugin. That should work too, but let's check it out. I need a pestle and mortar. Okay. That's why I am testing this out, so you don't have to. So we're gonna do default quantity. We're gonna put it at 13. Just pull out some coins just to fill up an empty slot. Pull out our pestle and mortar. And 13. And 13. Okay. So apparently we grind the meat up and then put it in the jar. And one does do them all. I'm gonna, well, after this inventory, after this clip, I'm going to turn on the profit tracker and see how long it takes us to do 1,000. Although I do want to do a little cheeky price check because I've been looking at the live wiki price and it's pretty good. I don't know if you guys are aware. Oh, no, that is not what they're going for. The live wiki price. Let me do Moth Mix. Sunlight Moth Mix 2, currently going for 2,000 GP a pop. That is a lot more than $7.29. That is why I always say, check the live prices. Save yourself a lot of headache. If I haven't convinced you to make some of these Sunlight Moth mixes for profit to sell, maybe you can be convinced to keep some around for your personal use because they restore 8 hit points and 6 stat points that have, when your stats get reduced, just like a restore potion, 6 plus 20%. I don't know why I make things so difficult. It does not restore your prayer points though, so you're gonna need to still bring some kind of prayer restoration or go to an altar or a good POH. These things are pretty good for utility. If you're in a multi-combat zone, you can use one of these, and up to 3 players adjacent to you, if they have Accept Aid on, will also get 8 HP and 6 points restored at plus 20%. Works for group Ironmans as well. Jagex recently fixed something where you couldn't really share the moths or the mixes, but now you can. I messed up a few clicks along the way as usual, but these are the last of our moth mixes, and we're coming in at 35, almost 36 minutes to do 1,000 of these. Now, time for the super duper fun part. I'm curious, what does the game say they're worth? Yeah, that's what I thought. Typically, I would want to sell these for 2,000 GP a pop, but for the video, I want them to sell fairly quickly. So we're gonna do 1,750, which, if you bought the raw materials, this is gonna net you $1 mil in 35 minutes. Nuts, right? And now to let them stew. It's been a little over 24 hours, and look at these sick-ass freaking pets. I think this is a Hydra. I think the bird one is a Vancy, and is that Corporvorcast? Roast me in the comments down below for not knowing my pets. But everything has sold, which is super duper exciting, and I price checked it, and the prices are still holding. Again, this is super extremely niche. I really enjoyed doing this, and I'm glad that we can finally have another use for these mobs. Plus, with bonds being 12 mil or more, you kind of need to diversify your gold making methods, and this is one of those ways. Big preach on checking out the video. I love you guys. Bye!